Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make a enchanted rose from Beauty and the Beast inspired by the new live-action 2017 version of Beauty and the Beast. So I saw this movie today and completely fell in love with it. I'm so excited just about the movie in general, and so I had to make an enchanted rose for myself. So there are a few things you're going to need. Everything is super inexpensive, and this project is going to be under a total of like $3 or $4. So the first thing I got was this vase, and I got it from the Dollar Tree. I had a hard time finding a vase at first, and then I just discovered this one, and I really liked it because the new live action version of the film has this kind of scroll worky stuff. It only has it at the bottom of the vase in the movie, but I figured this is about as good as it's gonna get, and I'm gonna show you some ways to play up the bottom scroll work so that you get more attention there. So that's the first thing you're gonna need. You're also going to need some roses. I got fake roses. I guess you could do a real rose, but then it's going to die. So I just got the fake ones because then you can have it forever. So I got a bunch of these, also from the Dollar Tree. Obviously they were $1, so super cheap. The last few things you will need, I have this plastic dome. What this is actually a half of a Christmas ornament. At craft stores they sell these ornaments that you can fill so that you can pull them apart and then put stuff in them. And so I'm just taking a half of one of those that I already had, but they probably still sell them. I think they're probably a year-round thing. So yeah, that's what this is, and that's just to go on top of the jar to give it a little more of a dome look. So, and I'll get more into that later. You'll also need a marble. I just have like a clear marble, which is also going to go on top of that dome to add a little more detail. The last thing you're going to need, actually the last few things, you'll need scissors, you'll need a hot glue machine, and you'll also need either some silver paint or silver glitter paint, something like that, which we're going to use to play up the scroll work on the bottom. So without further ado, let's get started on this tutorial. So I forgot to mention, the one other thing that we're going to need is a piece of plastic, and I just got this from the top of a salad container, so just whatever plastic you would normally throw away or recycle. And that's actually what we're going to do first. So we're going to take our vase or jar, and we're going to put it on top of our plastic, and we're going to cut out a circle that is the same area as the vase, and this is going to act as the bottom of the vase. This is what we glue our rose to and the petals to. So let's get going. So now what we're going to do is you're going to choose whatever rose you want to use out of your bunch. I've chosen this one here, and we're going to cut it off the rest of the roses. So once you have your stem cut to the desired length, we're going to glue this to the base of our plastic that we cut off, and that's just going to be what we then add our dome to. So you have the option here to cut flowers off or cut petals off of this rose, or you can cut petals off of your extra roses, and that's what I'm actually going to do because I want to keep this as a full rose. However, actually I remembered before we glue anything down, I'm going to use some red glitter glue here and just edge a little bit of the petals. You don't want to do too much because we don't want this to look cheap, but we want it to have a little bit of extra sparkle. So I'm using some red glitter glue as well to line the top of the rose. This is totally optional, but I thought it could add a cool glittery touch. So let's get right to it.
Thank you.
So now that we have glittered our rose, as you can see maybe a little bit, it's super pretty and sparkly. I just glittered the edges. We're going to glue it to our piece of plastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue it down in the middle using some hot glue. And you're going to want to use quite a bit. So we're just going to put some down in the middle here. Like that. And then stick your rose down, and then you're going to kind of make a mound of glue around it. And you're just going to have to be patient and hold your rose down as the glue dries. And the glue will just dry around it and help secure it to the plastic. So I have decided on using 2 small little petals, so those are what I'm going to glue down to the base now. So now that we have our base, we're going to glue our actual dome on. So, like I said, once you do this, it's kind of sort of finalized. So you really want to make sure that you like how it looks, that you don't want to change anything. Now, of course, you can peel it off if you decide you do want to change something about it, but it's best to just kind of have it how you want it, and it's going to be a little bit easier if you already have everything good to go. So just adjust your petals if you need to, or make any last minute details now. Alright, so my rose is ready to go. Now when you're gluing, or when you put your dome on, make sure that you don't get any petals caught, that they all stay nice and intact. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to put some glue down on the edges where my vase will be sealed. Now I'm going to let that dry a little more before I do any trimming or anything, but while we have our glue gun plugged in, we want to glue this little dome on. So I'm just going to do that right now. We're also going to glue our marble on top, just to add a little bit of extra detail. It's looking so good. There we go. So now that we've got all those details done, the last thing we want to do is use our silver glitter glue. And this we're going to do to just go over some of the details at the bottom to give it that kind of frosted look that the dome has in the new 2017 film. If you're trying to go with a more classical look, do not do the glitter glue, just keep it simple. But since I already got this detailed dome, if you got this dome as well, you're probably wanting to go for the live action look. So then I recommend using this silver either glitter glue, you could also use just silver paint, a silver Sharpie, whatever you've got. So let's get started. So here is the finished product of the rose, and I think it turned out really beautifully. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I think it looks a lot like the new live action rose. So if you like this tutorial, give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to like and subscribe for more future videos and DIYs and things, and I hope that you guys try this project out yourself. It's super inexpensive and it turned out really, really great. So thanks so much for watching, and be sure to tune in for more videos soon.